So good to see you. It's been a very long time. So long
It's been
together.
like ages.
It's been like ages. Like how many ages now?
Say maybe 25, 30 years, something
25,
like that.
30 years, something like wow that. Probably I'm not sure I was born by then. No.
Oh, God.
Oh, good. So good to see you. So good to see you.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. So I I welcome you to changing the narrative life. Of course, I think 2022. I think
yeah.
and after that, I from the reviews we got from it, I thought and I felt it's actually very okay to actually continue to foster that kind of conversations
I can barely hear
that we've
you.
been having
Like,
together in that place. Okay, sorry, let me work on my mic. Can you hear me now?
yes. It's faint anyways, but
Okay,
I can
it's
hear you.
faint anyways, but I can hear. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
I
Although
think it's
I
fine.
connect to my mic. I think it's fine. Okay. So the thing is, I because that conference actually requires people coming together. A lot of persons actually coming together in a given location and all that, and so and it's usually confined. Let's say if it is happening in my locality in Mena, for instance, it means everybody has to be in Mena. So,
Mm.
but having having it live actually actually opens up the doors of changing the narrative so that every other person anywhere in the world can actually join the conversation. Of course, the whole aim is not to just bring people that have made it like you understand. We also have normal people like every other everyday people to actually come and share their own part of their stories and also inspire possibilities in others. So that is the major aim of this conversation that we are going to be having. And I'm so excited that you actually agreed to do this because if you need people
Yeah,
like
my boss now.
you know,
What, how can I
having
say no?
how can I say no? Why not?
How can
For
I say
people,
no when my
for
oga
creators
calls?
like how that. Can I say no when my oga calls? Please, let them not hear you. Please, our viewers, I'm not part of this conversation. I'm not part of it. You agree to so happy about that. Thank you so much for coming on
Thank
once
you for
again.
having me.
Thank you for having me. All right, so today, uh, most times the way we plan our lives, usually for failures, we do not make rooms for what if this doesn't work. Move from that point to the point that we actually want to be. So that is actually the major aim of this conversation. So that every other person that is in one season or the other, in a new place or the other, that are actually finding it difficult to navigate that point, this is actually for them. Most times we shall wear good clothes, we wear good clothes, we wear makeups, we are beautiful, we are handsome, and but deep down we are passing through a lot of things that we don't talk about. So this is actually to help every one of us to come out from particular seasons that we deem not actually very okay. So
Yeah.
that is actually the main reason for this, and I'm trusting that of course you're going to do a lot of justice to it because I trust you. Who get Bola not suppose fear. So sorry, I'm going to be referencing my notes and before then,
I'm just really straining like my ear to hear you. I don't know if it's the network. It's just a bit slow.
okay, can you hear me now?
Oh
Sorry.
yes, I think it's better. I can hear you.
Yeah, last week I actually made a post, and it was you having to introduce yourself, giving people that leverage of actually introducing you. You understand? Because when you say people, okay, this is me, or yeah, introduce me, most times actually they can actually go out of context and say some of the things that this is not really you, and you know that this is not really you. So let me not overhype, let me not underhype. Would want to actually hear hear from our guest today. Who do we have here today? Let's
Okay.
hear from the horse's mouth. I cannot be talking about. All right, so
Okay. Um. Hello everyone. My name is Bola. Adebola for full. I currently work in healthcare as a rehab assistant. I have a background in banking, but currently I've transitioned into health. I work as a rehab assistant and I also work part time with a private mentorship group. So that's just basically it. Yeah.
that is so beautiful. So, I don't think that's all to you. I don't think that's all
I,
to you, but
I
I just
know,
want to,
but
big.
I mean, that's what's relevant for now to this conversation.
We are so happy to have you. Honestly, we are so happy. The primary reason is this. I'm saying it again. People don't usually want to identify with small creators. If it is not 1,000 or let's say 100,000 people that are going to join the live, they are not really interested. So for you to make out your time, I know having to sacrifice and to be here. I'm so much. I believe our viewers, probably those that are going to watch this video afterwards, will also be grateful. So on behalf of every other person and this our community, I want to say thank you so much. So without further ado, I think we'll just go straight to the conversation so we can actually
Okay.
meet up with time too. So I actually wanted to ask a question, but that's not really to you, but it's actually to everyone, every other person, and that for in one word, what and why?
If I could what?
If you could describe your journey.
My
You
journey.
can hear me, sorry. Yes, if you could describe your journey so far in one word, your journey so far in one word,
Okay.
what would it be and why?
I think that would be resilience.
Sorry, I didn't get the word.
That would
It
be
will be
resilience.
okay. And why?
And that's because it's, I mean, transitioning from my natural habitats in back in Nigeria to a different country. When I was going to relocate, I didn't really think so much into it. Like it didn't occur to me that there's going to be a drastic change. I just thought, oh, I'm just tired of this country. Let's just, something actually prompted the reason why I relocated. I just got out of a bad relationship and I just felt like I didn't want to be in this space anymore. I wanted to just leave. So I started my relocation process. I didn't think about what the other world would actually hold. Like, am I ready to be launched into a different world entirely? I didn't really think so much about it. And then coming into a different environment, a different country, there were a lot of challenges that could actually, I mean, I had people who were my course because I came in as a student. So I had people who were like my course mates then that told me I don't think this, I'm not cut out for this, you know. I've had people who had packed up their bag and have gone back home. I've had people who had withdrawn from school because they couldn't, go through it. But I just thought, oh no, I have started this, and I'm definitely going to see the end of it. So in every phase, even after my studies, into the labor market, everything, it has been a struggle. It has been hard, but I've just known that I'm going to get through it, and I've been very resilient in it. So that is why I would say, yeah, resilient.
I don't know what to comment, but I believe you just dropped. I don't know if it is not it. It's actually very easy for you to actually, since first it was not what you actually fantasized. See, that's why traveling. It would have been much more easier for you to
Yeah.
understand like so you are there now. What were some of the biggest mindset shifts that you actually had to make for you to, probably fit in and blend? Mindset shifts that you had to make.
Oh, okay. Um, One would be having to rely on myself, because unlike back home where you kind of have a network of, you have family, the system, you're very familiar with the system, it just feels so much like a comfort for you. But here, you're literally just on your own, you know and that has been like one of the mindset shifts for me, to know that I have to be fully dependent on myself. I have to adapt to whatever changes, because there's no family. And then another one would be understanding that progress actually takes time, because I know there's this misconception about people who have relocated from Nigeria, especially. People feel like, oh, if you're over there right now, it's everything should be soft for you. you know,
Soft life.
you should be living a soft life, and you know, it's just a story. Is a story of, I don't look like what I am going through or what I have been through. you know it's actually, it's very, very far from it. Progress takes time. I mean, I am still trying to build myself. I'm still trying to stand fully on my feet. I mean, I'm nowhere where I want to be. Do you get? So I've come to understand that, but every step ahead, I've learned to appreciate how far I've gone, you know count my wins and clap my wins for myself. But I still know that there's so much out there for me. I mean, the step is still so high, far off, but progress takes time. Yeah, and success is not it doesn't happen instantly, but I have to be patient and be consistent. Yeah.
The culture of community, or you just minding their own business.
I mean, you can literally just back home, you can't just not be seen for 2 days and someone is not coming to knock on your door. Like, I've not seen you for 2 days. Is everything okay? You can be in your house for 1 month, as long as you probably have your rent already on a direct debit. The landlord is getting his rent on a monthly basis. No one is coming to knock on your door that I haven't seen you in 2 years. Do you get what I mean? Aside, that's why I try to, I try to have communities, even in my church, in my workplace, try to build little connections with people, because at the end of the day, those are the people who would be able to stand for you in terms of anything. But generally, the system is just built like everyone is just on their own. Yeah, it's built for you to just survive on your own. Mind your business. You're walking on the streets, everyone is looking up high. No one is trying to communicate with you. Even your fellow black people are just walking by you and they're feeling like, who is this one? So it's so hard to meet people here. You see a lot of people, but at the same time, it's hard to meet people. You get what I mean? Yeah. It's just a cultural thing for them. Yeah.
My mind though.
You're changing your mind.
Home.
It's not that bad. I mean, it's really not that bad.
That's what. Yeah, I understand. For someone like you who have actually, whose keyword is resilience. What if I don't have it? What if I don't have that?
I mean, that's why we have a lot of people over here who go through. I mean, even you that you feel you are like the strongest, you will go through a lot of emotions from being close to depression. I know you say, God forbid, I can't be depressed. From being close to depression to being so emotionally down. I mean, it goes on and on. You just go today, you are down, down, down like this, and then tomorrow you are encouraging yourself. Oh no, I have to, I'll go through this like the Nigerian mentality. We have to be strong. I mean, we've been going through so much in Nigeria already, so we have to bring that in here and I'll get through it. But deep down, you're feeling like, God, what is this? But you still keep pushing. I mean, it's just one of those things that we go through, but we keep fighting.
And I actually like the fact that the acknowledgement that you are not actually where you are supposed to be now, but of course, actually heading towards it. And I actually noticed something you said. Progress actually takes time.
Yeah.
It's not something we actually rush. And I think it takes a lot to actually acknowledge that fact, especially in our world where everybody's in a haste.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so. The next question I wanted to ask is handle moments of uncertainty. Like you just appreciating that you have recognized that fact because you, as our great woman, I know you cannot, no matter what happens. But then, during such moments, no matter who the person is, of course, even if it is Dangote, whoever it is, I think everybody actually have that down moment. So, how do you, as a person, actually handle moments like that, moments of uncertainty where you don't even know is he right, is he left, is he front, is he back, where am I at the moment, and all that. That feeling of I think I'm completely out of place. Probably I'm out of purpose. I'm out of where I'm supposed to be at the moment. So how do you handle moments like that personally?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. There's been a lot of time that I just have the feeling like, do I really belong here? It's like I said before, it's one of those emotions that comes and goes. It comes more frequently than you would expect, because sometimes it just feels like you are doing so much, but you're not getting the expected results that you really desire. But in times like that, I just try to reflect on, okay, what is this present situation trying to teach me? What can I learn from this situation? What can I do better? And I've also
Wait, can we
learned
see?
to.
Can you turn on your video? Wait, can you turn on your video so we
Are you
can
serious? My
see?
video is not on.
Yeah, it's been off.
Oh
Actually,
my days.
don't
Oh
worry,
no.
we'll forgive you.
But it's on. I mean, I can literally see myself. Uh, Give me a minute.
So good evening, everyone. For those that are just joining now, okay,
I'm
okay,
so
we are back.
sorry.
Yeah,
I could
we
see
can see you
myself.
now.
I didn't know.
No problem. We can
Yeah.
see you now, and we are happy to see you again.
Thank you. So I was saying that there have been a lot of times that I have felt out of place and thinking if I really belong here. But what I just do is I try to reflect on what those moments are trying to teach me, take lessons from them, and instead of running from the discomfort, I just start asking what can I do better about this situation? And I've also learned to rely on those who have gone ahead of me. When you have people like, I call them mentors, who have gone through, because that's why recently I've learned to really lean into mentorship, because it's easier to walk a path when you have someone who has been on that path before. That's why you have a mentor, so you don't make mistakes, so you don't feel uncertain about a lot of things, because your mentor is able to tell you, oh, I've done this before, this was what worked, this was what did not work for me. So it's now up to you to choose whichever path you want to choose. I mean, mentors would not impose their decisions on you, but they are just there as a light to guide you. So I've really learned to lean into mentorship. I have a number of mentors that whenever I feel like I'm being stalked, I just reach out to people who have gone through that path, and this is how I'm feeling. What can I do better? How can I cross this bridge? And they just hold my hand and, okay, this is what you have to do. And so it's very important to find a mentor in whatever um, aspects of life, business, your job, even your personal life. Have a mentor, someone who you can always lean on. It is very important. I mean, I cannot overemphasize how important it is. Recently, I've been enjoying that and it's been working very well for me. Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like as we actually discussing that, I was having a lot of thoughts, running through my mind because oftentimes I think that's the part that most of us actually miss out. Trying to figure things yourself, trying to you think what you have, the vision you have, or whatever the path you are trying to walk like is exclusively built or designed for you, but unfortunately we find something that is entirely correct because whichever way you want to walk, there is something,
There's always someone who has done it before.
there is
Yeah.
always. So and it actually shortens your journey.
Mm-hmm.
It actually shortens your journey because when you they said uh, mistakes are actually very good. Of course, you learn by experience, and but if you have to actually learn from your own experiences, it
Yeah.
means you're not wise enough.
Mm.
If all the experiences you need to learn is from your own, it's not actually a
Yeah.
good thing. So having mentors actually shortens. Personally, I'm not actually one of the testifiers of what mentorship can actually do. And having good mentors, I think one part is actually having mentors, and another thing is actually having good mentors. Taking advice, just like the keyword there is actually people that have done what you want to do
Yeah.
or go where you want to go, or actually have walked that same path. You can actually have a wrong mentor that's okay. Baba have not done this thing before, but of course, by virtue of having gray hair, they want to give you advice.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you walk paths. So, but that is
I mean,
very,
there's
very
there's a saying that I've
nonsense.
recently adopted, that the only people that can advise you are those who are actually living the kind of life you envision for yourself.
Exactly.
Whatever every other person has to say, they are just opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I can get that again. Sorry, can you come again, please? I really,
I said
I
that
missed. I actually missed that. Yeah,
that the only people who can advise you are people who are already living the kind of life that you envision for yourself. What every other person is saying are just opinions, not advice. Doesn't mean there's no value in what they are saying, but you have to really filter it because it might be coming from a place of, uncertainty or discouragement, But those who can really give you solid advice are people who are already living the kind of life you already envision for yourself. So they are like your mentors.
that's very, very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. And I've actually penned that down. And of course, it's going to come up as also part of our quotes from our express it. I don't wish most persons or youths or most youths actually part of this conversation. The reason I value conversations like this a lot is me personally. I'm an entertainer. I do films. I do whatever. I do whatever shows. But I often tell people if I had to choose between entertainment and then this thing that we are doing now, this is far more important than, of course, clubbing or do whatever you want. They are not bad, but I wish many people actually do that. So I want to ask, how often people often say that growth actually happens at the end of your comfort zone. Like growth happens or begins at the end of your comfort zone. What does that mean to you personally, you as a person? What does that saying actually mean to you personally? Growth begins at the end of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I think basically, if until you shift, until you move out of your comfort zone, you actually do not even know that you've been so comfortable in the little that you are doing. There is this story that I recently heard of. Is a story of about the sharks. So if you catch a small shark and keep in an aquarium, it will never outgrow the size of that tank that it's been kept in. Doesn't mean that the shark does not have the potential to grow, but
Potential
because
to grow.
it
Yeah.
is it has been conditioned to the environment that it is, so it will never outgrow the size of the tank. But the shark could be like maybe 6 inches long, but it will be fully mature, but it will never be bigger than that size. But the moment you release that same shark into the big ocean, it grows to its full potential. So I think it's the same for people. When you stay in a small familiar environment, you're in your comfort zone, you will survive definitely, but you don't really grow much. So it is only when you step out into the bigger, sometimes very uncomfortable space, that is when you realize how much capacity you truly have. So that's the same for basically a lot of people and for me too. You know, I recently started developing interest in reading, and it just broadens my knowledge about a lot of things. And I've come to realize that all that you actually know is not all that there is to know. There is a lot that would actually blow your mind, you know. And I now realize when they say that if you want to hide something very valuable from Africans, put it in a book, they're never going to find out about it. Because we are not readers. We are not so much of readers, we don't really read that much. So yeah.
As unfortunate as that sounds, that's still a reality.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate, anyways, because well, we don't read. We don't read. want to actually pause and first again. It's not first now. Should I say expected? Was there any expectation? No expectations. But then, personally, I'm getting a lot of value from this
Yeah.
conversation. I know it's we also have every other person here. Of course, we are going to take questions if there will be any question. But personally, I want to say thank you because me, I'm actually getting a lot of things already. Especially for the fact that you're actually using illustrations to actually pass your message. I'm actually getting a lot of value for it. You will not know now, but from tomorrow you will know when I start reposting some of when I start reposting some of your comments. So I'm so much grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much. I also wanted to ask, how do you recognize when it is time to leave your comfort zone and embrace the unknown? Like, when do you actually recognize, okay, that this is the time? This is the time for me to actually move out from this and step into the unknown because it's not really certain. If you walk, if you don't walk, when is actually the time? How do you recognize that time?
Yeah. For me personally, it is when I start feeling less excited about what I'm doing. You know, I no longer feel motivated or challenged. And it could be in our jobs, you know, it could be in different aspects of life. It's not necessarily about your environment. It could be, I mean, your location rather. It could be in your job, even in your mindset or your habits. When you no longer feel motivated, you no longer feel excitement about what you're doing, you no longer feel challenged. I mean, you're just feeling restless, then it might be that you have been too much in a familiar environment. You have been too much in that comfort
Yeah,
zone. So there's no more challenge for you. I mean, you have known everything there is to know, and you feel so comfortable. You can even close your eyes and do a lot of things because it's your everyday
absolutely.
lifestyle, and you're so comfortable in it. You don't want to take up,
Every day, yeah.
you feel
Routine.
like every other thing would be too difficult for you to do. This is what I know how to do best, you know you don't feel like you want to be challenged to do other things. I feel for me, that is the time when you should pick up something more interesting, something more challenging. A lot of people don't like challenges. I love to always pick up challenge as an individual. I want to learn. I'm so inquisitive. I want to learn more about a lot of things. So when people tell me, recently I'm trying to change jobs, and someone was telling me, oh, that department you want to go to is so difficult. There are this, there are that. I was like, oh, wow, that sounds very interesting. Like, that means I'm going to be learning so much more, you know? So I naturally love to be stretched. I love to, just grow my talents in whatever environment. I love challenges. So when I feel less challenged in the environment I currently am, either in my job or if my mind, even in sometimes we need mindset shifts. You know, you might be so stuck on a particular perspective, and you don't know that you are even maybe backward. So there are times when you just,
Yeah,
sorry about that, my camera just stopped.
no
So
problem.
there are times when you just need to, when you feel that way, that there is nothing challenging about this situation, there's nothing challenging in this job anymore. I mean, it might be hard. I'm not saying everyone should go and change their jobs when they feel like it's not challenging, but there is always something better and something more,
Absolutely.
valuable. Most of the time, it's not really about. I was talking to someone recently. He was asking me that if you are given no, he asked me if I would rather do a job that would pay so much more or a job that interests me. So for me, I told him, if you take out every other thing that would require me to want to get a job, especially in this country, there are some circumstances that you just need to get a job. irrespective of what that kind of a job is, because it's going to give something that you really need. I told him if we do not have to worry about that, I would rather do something that interests me, a job that I'm happy to go into, where I can, add value, rather than just wanting to be paid so much more. I don't even mind being paid less as long as I'm happy to go into that job every day and I'm adding value to it, that would really interest me. So that's it. When you feel you are less challenged, that's for me. It might work differently for every other person. Sometimes I like to not impose my thoughts on on other people, because I feel many of these things are relative. People can take it in. Yeah. So that's just for me.
Yeah. Someone said
Yeah. Yeah.
it, and of course, what is peculiar to you might not actually
Exactly.
affect other people.
So
Reading the book, it's been a long time. So the author was like, any day he is or there are no challenges in his life, he always kneel down to pray and ask God, why me? Is it that you don't trust me again? Why are there no more challenges in my life? Like genuinely, he prays that kind of prayers. Because he said, life, what is life without, like, it's actually a boring life. Like, you just wake up, everything is just there. You just eat, wake up, sleep, repeat those cycles. It's actually a very boring life, and there's nothing interesting about it.
there's
But
nothing
when you
to
have
challenge
challenges,
you.
yes, they actually nothing. Like, those are what actually makes life beautiful, and that's where we actually get our sense of fulfillment. Like, how are you going to get fulfilled if okay, there's no pursuit, there's nothing. Is when you accomplish something, that's where the fulfillment actually comes from.
that
So
just that just
even if you are
reminds me
not
of the story of Job, but I'm not going to go into that right now.
so I just hope that people actually understand this easy. Especially if you're not born with whatever is in school and all of that, you discover that when you most persons that later have regrets in life, they are usually people who failed to take the extra, make the extra move, actually go forward and go out of their comfort zones. They are usually people who are okay. This is comfortable. Let's just do this. We have it. So let's just at the end of the day, they discover that they could have become more. They could have become better. There is one scripture I'm actually looking for. I've been trying to find it. I saw it one time like that, but I've been trying to look for it. So the summary of the scripture was more like God was actually telling the person, you had the potential, you had all it takes to actually become more, but at the end of the day, you actually failed to become, those things that you actually meant to become. So, and that's for me personally, that's one of my greatest fear. Me personally, having to live my life, and at the end of the day, I discovered that there's one gift that actually did not make use of, or I didn't actually push myself to actually do them. I didn't actually because I was afraid of what will people say about it, jack of all trades, and all of that. But recently, I've actually resolved that the person they gave 5 talents actually made use of the five. That
Mm-hmm.
was why multiplication came. They didn't record that he made use of four and left one. So
Mm.
five is five. So and all that. So personally, anything that doesn't push me, I tell recently last week or last 2 weeks, I was telling my people at work that I'm no longer comfortable, with the way this work is going. Reason is that it's becoming more like a routine. I don't like routines. Like
Yeah.
you come to work, you do this, you do this. I hate it personally. I don't like it.
Yeah.
There's nothing exciting, nothing challenging. I shall know that by 7 I'm to do this. Just a
Mm-hmm.
boring life. I don't like it personally. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually like that part for you, having to, and it's not magic. Let's just give it 5 years, or let's say max that it will take. Let's have this conversation in the next 5, 10 years
Yeah.
again.
I think the thing
It may not be
for
like the
for
same again.
most people is the fear of having to start over again, because they have been so comfortable with whatever they've been doing, and they feel like, how do I start again? And it also happens in relationship. That is why a lot of people are in abusive relationships and relationships that are not growing them in any way, because they have the fear of,
Obviously.
how do I start over again? And then some other people, it's about, oh, if I have to change this thing, it's probably going to take me maybe 3 years or 4 years to get a qualification that will make me change this. And they just feel like 4 years is a long time, 3 years is a long time. But as a matter of fact, whether you do that thing or not, 3 years is going to come, or that 4 years is still going to come, and you're still going to be on that spot where you are. No progress, nothing. So why don't you just do it anyways?
Just do
Yeah,
it. Just do it. Do it afraid. That's what some people say, right? Just do it afraid.
yeah.
You don't need to just figure out everything. You don't need to. In
Don't
fact,
think too
I
much
think
about.
there's
Don't
even a Bible even
overcalculate.
said that there's a worship it said you can't actually see the whole thing looking forward, but of course you see them looking backwards. So
Yeah,
it's actually when you do and actually get to that point, that's why you now know that okay, this is the reason why this and that happened. But looking forward, you can never ever figure it out. Even the scripture says with just one bit.
mm-hmm.
If you have the mind, you walk. When you get to that point, clarity comes again. You move again. Clarity comes again. You move, and that's it. And I just hope, personally, I'm saying that this is for me. I don't mind for every other person, but this is actually for me as a person. So I will go over to the next question. I wanted to ask, like, from your intro, you actually made mention of some things that, of course, those are personal, but for you to actually come up like this and actually mention them, it means they actually do not hold any power over you again.
Yeah.
So that is one. And two is that from the point you made that shift, that shift, like in terms of moving from one location now to another, you actually had a lot of things that were actually going on at the same time. Had a lot of things going on. So I wanted to ask, what practices or what mindsets, what are the things that actually helped you to stay grounded while evolving to the person you are at the moment? That time it wasn't palatable. So many things was happening and at the same time. But you as a person, what are the principles? What are actually the mindsets, the practices that actually helped you stay grounded and helped you in your let's say should I say in your quest of evolving or becoming who you are today?
Oh, one thing that is always, that I always hold close and dear, that I would, God help me, never let go, is gratitude. I always am grateful to God for, I mean, I could remember when when it was so much of a struggle then as a student, and some of my friends, my colleagues who became friends, and we were all going through the same thing. We all had the same struggle, but they were feeling so much more emotionally down about it than I was. And they're always saying, "What is wrong with you? Can't you see this is a problem?" And I'm like, whatever that I cannot really undo, that is out of my power, I cannot let it affect me, because that means it's beyond my control. I just leave it to God,
Absolutely.
And I always learn to be grateful to God for every step I have taken, my whatever current situation that I am in, whether it is what I have prayed for or it is what I want God to take me out from. But I see every challenge as a way of God trying to remind me that I have been the one, keeping you all those while, and I'm still going to, finish whatever it is I have started. I'm so much of a believer. I'm sorry if this comes across to other people listening as being whatever, but I'm
Apology
sorry, I'm
accepted.
so sorry. I can never take out the God factor.
Yes, yeah.
I can never take it out. So that is one thing that has really helped me, the heart of gratitude. So when I feel that much challenged and all that, I always find something to be grateful for. And that just, builds my confidence and makes me realize that you are still on track. Something positive is still going to come out from this, because you have been through what would have swallowed you, but you are here. So that's what I tell myself all the time. I'm always grateful to God. And I thank God for the little community I have. I have a community of people. I keep in touch with family, with my friends back home. And then, it always reminds me of who I am, how much more I can be. And they have been source of inspiration for me also. So I practice gratitude, and it helped me shift my focus from what's missing in my life to how much I've grown.
Records, what, I can't remember his handle again on IG. He doesn't wear shirts. He always in a river making his videos.
Sorry, I can't hear what you're saying. I can hear you now.
I'm making reference to one guy, Uncle Papi. I think that's his name on IG. So actually stumbled upon the guy. He doesn't wear shirts. He's always naked, sha, anytime he's doing
Yeah.
his videos and all that. So one thing I noticed, what you just said now is just reminded me of him. Why? Because the guy lives one kind of, let me say, beautiful life.
Mm,
He doesn't care what is happening in this world. As far as he can just come out and he's able to see the sun, that's enough reason for him to be grateful for that day. He comes out, he sees a tree.
mm, mm.
That day is a bad day for you. And okay, these good things actually happen. Like that's a lot to not say the reason. I was like, self accent sites, accent sites.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
we also do the same. So how
Yeah.
the easiest way. That's one of the easiest
I
practice.
mean,
Because no matter any other, even if you just like go and have other principles, go and learn other principles, if that law of gratitude is not there, you will even hardly appreciate life.
a lot of time we only learn to appreciate life when something very bad has happened. That's when we remember that. That's when, and sometimes I feel like a lot of our testimonies are shaped by probably the misfortune of others and our near misses. You know, those are the things that shape a lot of our testimonies. And that's when we remember that God, you have been so good, you have done this and you have done that. But even in the times when we don't have the things that we have prayed for, we should always still remember that if we reflect, if we are very reflective and we think about of every other thing, our life journey and everything, we'll always find something. I take it upon myself. I started this practice recently. Every day, I have like on the wall in my room, I wrote, Bola, what are you grateful for today? So every day I find something new to be grateful for. I look for it. There must be something for me to be grateful for today, So it just keeps me in check.
I think I'm also adopting that. So I'm adopting. No, just personally, I'm actually learning. So
Yeah.
consciously learning every day, consciously. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like this evening is actually super packed. Super pack. I so much appreciate. So if probably that to stop for this video after this live, what if the person is feeling lost, disoriented in their new world? What is the one thing that you would want them to know? What is the one thing that you want them to know? If someone watching is disoriented, know where to go or what to do or the next is the one thing that you
Okay. So whosoever is feeling lost right now, I want you to know that feeling lost doesn't mean that you have failed. It only means that you are growing your roots, probably in a new soil or wherever. So be patient with yourself. You know, you'll definitely find your rhythm again and you'll be stronger.
feeling lost doesn't mean you have failed or you're a failure. It means you are growing roots in a new soil. A very
All
is
right,
there
I
any
can
way
get that.
you can just I said I understand the concepts. I say five, put it. I don't want anybody to leave here with an excuse that's okay, I'm lost, but I still did not actually find clarity in this section. So I want us to like just tell us like in like I'm 7 years now. My audience they are like kids.
Okay.
You get
So what I mean is, even when you find yourself in situations that feel like there is no way out for you, that feel like when you feel like you're not blending in so much, or that you have lost your identity, just know that that does not mean that you are a failure. I mean, we give yourself some grace. We are all allowed to grow and we all grow in our own pace. Don't look at other person's um growth to measure yours. We can all not grow in the same pace. Even plants, when you plant fruit, you can plant two fruits at the same time and they can grow differently. And sometimes it is the fruit that is not even growing so fast that is having a deeper and stronger roots underneath that will actually stay longer and stand the test of time. So the pace of your growth does not really matter as long as you are growing. Put in the effort daily, be consistent in whatever you are doing, and you definitely find your rhythm again.
I think I should subscribe to your mentorship now. You have a lot of to bridge the gap now. Since I can't have them now, I think I can have you.
I'm still I'm still a mentee.
You. There are still other people's way. That's life.
Yeah.
Everybody's just learning under someone. So I think I don't know if it is still open. I can still apply. If there is.
Hmm. We'll see. We'll talk about that in off camera.
Okay, someone said they cannot hear me. It's so unfortunate. I don't know
Oh
what happened
no.
to my audio, but you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I just hope she will also take questions. Will take questions, but I don't know. I don't know if we have questions. And first, I also want to appreciate everyone that joins this live. Yeah, we so much appreciate. It's not easy for people to just make out their time and say they want to. It's not easy. You just the way I picture it is imagine, okay, I'm having a physical event and I say, okay, you people should come around and come around. Like, five persons turning up, it's a big deal. You
Yeah.
get so, and that's the way I also transfer it to here. So I really appreciate everyone that actually joins, and I believe all of us got something. And so just in case anyone have any question, you can actually type it in the comments and we'll take it. Thank God I have her number. She's now, so I read it. Although we'll talk about the terms and conditions. But so just in case you are not able to drop your questions now, even if after we are done with this section, you can always take it to my mentor. When she replies, I'll
Mm.
copy it back to you. So so that's the way we are going to do it. So but if you can hear me, you can actually drop your questions. But if there is none, ma'am, so we also want to, you have said a lot. You have said a lot. And personally, I've gotten a lot. Like, this is 2 pages now. And I really appreciate you taking out your time to actually do justice to this. I believe, I'm saying it, We are just starting. We are just starting. When next we are having this, trust me, it's going to be. I don't want to say anything, but I know you're a believer, and I know you're already. If you're in the spirit, I know you can see it. I know my mentor can see it very well. So I so much appreciate this section. Honestly, I so much appreciate it, and for everything you have actually said, I got a lot of value, and I believe our viewers too are also getting value, and we also get after this section. So what I want to ask finally is your final words for us. This for today's section. We're almost.
Okay. So final words. I'm just going to say that whatever it is you are doing to be better, be consistent in it because consistency is very key. You might not see the growth immediately, but when the compound effect comes in, you just imagine, how much grown you become, and then you'll be thinking, when did all this growth happen? But because you've been consistently, it's just like when you're trying to cut down a tree If you come today, you cut a part of it. You come the next week, you cut a part of it. You come the next week and cut another part of it. That tree is never going to fall down, because for that 1 week break you've had, the tree has grown back to its normal self. But if you are consistently going to cut on that same spot every day, daily you are cutting, before you know it, the tree is going to fall down. It might not fall down quickly. I mean, the pace might not be so quick, but it's definitely going to fall down. And that's because you have been consistent in doing it. So whatever you find yourself doing, just be consistent. Consistency is key.
Rating your
Yeah,
consistency.
yeah.
Actually,
Always reevaluate and think
actually
about
nice.
what can I do
Yes.
better? What worked for me today? What didn't work? What can I do better to make it work? Yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. You see, I'm letting you know. I'll make a good mentee. Oh. You see, I'm listening very well.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
I believe, and I prophesy. We shall have up to this and yes, busy schedule and everything. Of course, I know that UK is a very busy place. Everybody's actually being a part of our community too. You mentioned lack of community over there, and then of course you're identifying with us. We count it joy,
Yeah.
and we count it as a big privilege. Thank you so much, and to everyone who also joins, we so much appreciate you. We so much appreciate you. For now, we are going to be, of course, this is going to be a Friday thing until we get to the conference next year. So we please don't please don't thank you so much
Mm.
for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you everyone for also
I had a good
being a part of
time. Thank you
this.
so
We
much.
so much appreciate. Thank you so much, ma. God bless you, and yeah, do have a lovely evening too.
And you too. Bye, everyone.